Carter had seen strange things at sea, inexplicable lights, rogue waves, and equipment failures that defied logic. But nothing disturbed him like the ship they passed in the Azores in 2019. A bulk freighter, listing heavily, with no lights, no radio, no movement on deck. They called out, no response. A boarding party approached, but the captain changed his mind last second. It felt wrong, Max would later say, like something was watching us. The ship drifted away in silence. Later that year, a satellite picked it up again, but thousands of miles off course. It had no crew. It was never recovered. It wasn't the first, and it won't be the last. This is the truth about ghost ships still drifting on our oceans, and why even modern vessels fear them. Ghost ship might sound like folklore, phantom vessels and sailor stories, but in maritime reality, it means something terrifyingly real. A vessel found adrift, with no crew, no signs of life, no explanation. Some are abandoned in storms, some suffer engine failure and are left to drift. Others have no rational cause. Even today, ghost ships are found more often than most people realize. What they reveal is unsettling because many of these ships don't just disappear. They come back. In 2007, the Kaz II, a 12-meter catamaran, was found drifting off the coast of Australia. The engine was running, a laptop was open, food was laid out on the table. The crew, 3 experienced sailors, was gone. The boat showed no signs of struggle. Life jackets were still on board. The radio worked. There was no storm, no impact, no evidence of piracy. Rescuers said it looked as if the men had just stepped off the boat and vanished. To this day, no trace of the crew has ever been found. Investigators were baffled. Theories ranged from a freak wave to accidental overrule. Nothing made complete sense. The sea had taken them quietly. In 2013, the Lyubov Orlova, a 91-meter cruise ship, broke free while being towed from Canada to the Caribbean for scrap. It drifted into the North Atlantic with no crew, no power, and no control. Days later, it disappeared from satellite tracking. Over the next year, reports came in from oil rigs and passing vessels. A large, rusted ship spotted drifting. Some claimed to hear a metal groaning on empty decks. One theory suggested it was filled with cannibal rats, having bred for months without food. Eventually, the signals stopped. To this day, the Lyubov Orlova is unaccounted for. It's still out there, somewhere. In 2003, a Taiwanese fishing vessel, the High Aim 6, was found drifting in Australian waters. The engine was functional. The hull was intact. There was fresh fuel, but not a single crew member remained. The last radio contact had been weeks earlier. When police boarded the vessel, they found food in the galley. Logbook stopped suddenly. Later, one crew member was found alive, thousands of kilometers away. He refused to explain what happened. Some believe there was a mutiny. Others think the crew fled something unexplainable. The full truth has never been uncovered. Ghost ships are not always centuries old. In fact, many modern cargo and fishing vessels vanish every year. In 2016, a bulk carrier crossing from Indonesia to South Korea vanished without sending a distress signal. Days later, it was found floating, empty. The controls were smashed. Navigation logs erased. The crew's belongings untouched. There were no signs of water damage or fire. Just silence. In 2018, a Myanmar cargo ship was found drifting off the coast of Myanmar. Its last registered activity was in 2009. It had been missing for nearly a decade. No one knows where it went or why it came back. With GPS, satellite tracking, and instant communication, you'd think ghost ships would be drifting. But technology doesn't stop the ocean. In 2020, a container vessel near the South Pacific reported a massive, rust-covered freighter drifting toward them. It had no lights, no ID, no AIS signal. As they changed course, the freighter turned slightly. Without power, the encounter was long, but the ship was never seen again. Ghost ships don't just haunt history. They exist now, and no one knows where the next one will drift in from. Ask any sailor, and they'll tell you. The scariest part of the ocean is not the storm, it's the stillness. A floating vessel, untouched for years, lights on, no movement. And then you realize someone once lived here, never left a trace. Ghost ships provoke a primal fear. It's terrible. Because of what they suggest, that people vanish, that steel can be swallowed in silence, that even today, the ocean still decides or stays. Sailors report unease when encountering abandoned vessels. Compasses flicker, radio spikes static, the air changes. Maybe it's psychological, maybe it's something more. So why do ghost ships still appear? Storms, sometimes. Mutiny, piracy, in rare cases, but many cases don't fit. All vanish in good weather, are found in rough water. There's no sign of struggle. Some say electromagnetic interference causes crews to hallucinate. Others believe rogue waves sweep sailors off in silence. Then there are the stranger things: temporal dislocation, military cover-ups, paranormal forces, unproven but compelling. What's clear is something keeps happening. The ocean covered 70% of Earth. Ghost ships are reminders that the sea is still dangerous, and still full of secrets. They drift into shipping hands, out of fog, on sonar shadows, not just as facts, as questions. Oh no, why didn't they call for help? Why did no one return? Why do they keep coming back? Ghost ships are not myths. They are out there, right now, floating, waiting. Modern ships don't fear legends. They fear the silence that follows when another ship calls for help. No one answers. This is Fear the Deep. Subscribe for more true maritime horror. And remember, some ships die. Some ships disappear. But the haunted